One of the biggest challenges you've probably run into as you approach building a data platform is how should you structure your data? There's a whole load of different options out there at the moment and a lot of difficult to navigate terminology, whether it's data lakes, data vaults, data warehouses, or so on. The way technology has moved on with the arrival of things like Hadoop, with the proliferation of cloud technologies, and this move away from classic relational databases as the primary storage engine of data platforms has driven with it a changing requirement for how data is structured. We like to break that down into 3 simple layers. So those layers are raw, base, and analytics. And a user, knowing that they're accessing raw, will understand the kind of data that's held in raw, will understand the kind of data that's held in base, and so on. The raw layer, for many people, is effectively a data lake. Now, we steer clear of the terminology data lake because of all the connotations that come with data lake and because of the lack of clarity in the market and the lack of maturity that still exists around that term. So raw layer in a data platform for us is all about creating a environment and a layer of storage that gives you a unadulterated copy of your source data. It's properly catalogued and organized so you know where things are. It's not about creating just a dumping zone for everything to go in. It can be structured data, it can be semi-structured, unstructured. It doesn't really matter as long as it's properly filed away and clearly managed from a metadata and governance point of view. But really, really crucial thing with this is that don't change the values of source. This is about creating a pool of raw data from which anything can be built from and that you can always return to reprocess or to do whatever with. Base is then our primary presentation layer. So that's where modeling starts to come in. That's where transformations, where testing, where data quality management starts to get much, much tighter. Coming to base, you know that you're accessing a properly trusted set of data that has business rules applied and that you can rely on as being an accurate representation of the data within your organization. The final layer, our analytics layer, is all about optimizing the data for specific use cases. Those use cases might be really simple. It might just be you want to make a simple table that joins a bunch of things together to make it easy for some report users to access it. Or it might be the output of a complex piece of analytical work. Maybe that's a recommendation engine, maybe that's a prediction tool, whatever it is. And you're storing those results so they can go and be consumed by whatever downstream system or tool that needs to access them. Having these nice 3 layers makes it really clear what you're accessing, makes it really clear for users where they're going and where they need to go depending on what their requirement is, creates flexibility to rework and to change things over time as you realize you might not have included something in base, but you've still got it in raw so you can bring it through, and that lets you evolve a number of different use cases covering the same sets of data and optimizing that data for those specific purposes. We find this works really well. You might hear other language out there for this. Sometimes you get curated as the description for it. Sometimes you might hear presentation and so on. But conceptually, these 3 layers give you everything from that raw data through to transformed, clean, presented data, through to purpose-driven, optimized things that are designed to solve a specific use case. We really find this works well and resonates a lot when we speak to people. So I highly recommend either using our model or coming up with your own similar one.